So guys, maybe you've just gone out and bought yourself a new sim rig or new sim racing equipment. You've got yourself a DIY rig, or maybe you don't even have a rig yet and you're looking to go the whole hog and get into this hobby and enjoy it from the start. What I would recommend is comfort. Comfort is one of the main things, is what you need to get started. So when you're sitting for a long period of time, you are comfortable. It's one of the things that a lot of people overlook, but I'm here to help you out with the best seat to suit you guys so you can get in, be comfortable, enjoy it, race for long periods of time, and have a hell of a lot of fun doing it. So let's get into it. So what we're going to do today, we're going to check out the 3 heavy hitters in the seat world to see what would be best for you and what could suit you. Those 3 are the fixed back bucket, the recliner, and the budget king. And I've had one of these as well, the junkyard special. So let's find out which seat suits you best. Alright, so first up is the choice of the pros, which is the fixed back bucket seat. This isn't really a seat, it's more of like a piece of safety equipment. Even if you only crash and smash into the wall at Spa, you ain't gonna feel nothing. But people love the fixed back bucket seat. I just recently, you might see, I just upgraded to a fake cheap Chinese bride seat, and I originally had the junkyard special. And I went towards this seat because I potentially could be going motion in the future, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, but the old adjustable seat was not going to hold me in while that was happening. And there's a few benefits of this seat, especially being the fixed back bucket. One main thing that I noticed was zero flex. Very important for high load braking, especially if you got heavy load cell pedals. Every bit of pressure pretty much goes into the pedal and not into the seat foam or the flexibility of other seats. One thing that I was very surprised in is the immersion that you get by having a fixed back seat with higher sides. You actually feel like you're in a GT3 car, or just any type of car, honestly, that has a race seat. You got the sides there that bolster you in and hug you pretty well. And even like they sort of help you with feeling the steering wheel and the force feedback. It can actually keep you more stable, which I didn't really expect. Another good thing about this, I felt that haptics felt better in this seat than it did in the adjustable track racer seat that I used to have. So yeah, vibrations seem to travel all the way through my rig, which if you've got an aluminium profile rig, you feel more, which is, it really does increase immersion. And the other thing that really surprised me was you do have a better mind to connection of the car that you're driving. And I didn't think that this would be the case because I used to have a S13 Silvia, and I went from just having the factory terrible seats, and then we went to a couple of track days and I could not hold myself in the seat, and I was scared to drive fast because it was just so unstable. I felt unsafe, and it's a mental thing. But once I got this fixed bucket seat in my Silvia, or was it this one, but one similar, I felt a lot more safer and I could mentally push myself further because of that. So that was really good. And so what I didn't realize was the same effect happens in a sim rig. Is because you feel more safe and you feel more secure, it gives you not a false sense of security, but it allows you to push harder because you actually feel more secure in the seat. So yeah, very big benefit of the fixed back bucket seat. Now, what are the cons of the fixed back? Comfort tax. They're not as comfortable. You really need to find the right one for you. You need to take your time. They don't have much give, so you're not going to be relaxing too much. You're in a seated position, so you want to make sure that whatever seat you get, you're comfortable in. Because if you're not, There's no real give. You might need to find one that's specific for you. If you have like a wider back, you may need a certain particular type of seat, and even some more padding potentially. You may have to chuck a lower back support in there depending on everyone. Everyone's different. If you don't get the right size one for you, these things can feel like torture after a long period of time. This seat that I bought is just big enough for me. I probably could do with a little size bigger, to be honest, because it's very tight, let's just say in the midriff, and puts a bit of pressure on my hips. So, yeah, that kind of is what it is, but I'm still happy with it for now, and I might get another one in the future, but this will hold me in with motion, and that was my goal, is to be safe. But if you're doing long stints, if you're doing 6-hour races, even 2-hour races, and you have the wrong seat, you'll feel it for sure. So that is a bit of a con. You want to make sure you get the right seat, take your time, make the right purchase. Adjustment. You want to make sure that you have enough angle in these seats. You don't want to sit on this thing flat, or any seat flat. So I might do a video on ergonomics, but you want to make sure that you have the right side brackets for the fixed back seat so you can lean it back enough to be comfortable. You don't want to be sitting flat, and you want to make sure you have the right side brackets so that's possible. On my track race T160, I used the original brackets just so I could get enough height, because I wanted to sit up high. I don't want to sit down low. This is a fake Lomax seat, so I need to lift it as high as possible so it's comfortable to get in and out. So another thing to know with the fixed back seat is getting in and out of your rig can be very, very challenging if you have tight 1000R screens like me. If you're a bit of a bigger guy or bigger girl, you could struggle to get into your seat. So you're going to need all the adjustments you possibly can to go back with the seat to get in sometimes. Very tight fit. So just so you know, it's another thing. And probably the one thing that I didn't really take into account was the lack of airflow. You get hotter, or like hot in these seats. Not so much sweaty, but just hot. I wouldn't buy a leather fixed back seat at all. I don't think they really come in leather, but if they do, don't ever buy one of those. You will sweat everywhere. But this suede fixed back seat is actually relatively good long term, but you will get hot. You will need a fan on you more than likely, depending on your climate. You will need a fan on you at some stage because, it's because the sides are all hooked in and you've just got fiberglass. They don't breathe very well at all. And having a nice sweaty back isn't ideal. It's definitely a racing incident. So option number 2 is the adjustable reclining seat, and that's what I just come out of. This is the middle ground, right? This is for just a sports car enthusiast kind of seat, but not like a racing pro type seat. You can get good reclining seats that are very stable. Anyway, let's talk about the pros, right? So the pros of the adjustable reclining seat, versatility. Anyone can sit in your seat pretty much if you get a big enough one. It's more for if you have a whole family maybe using it, that can be beneficial. If you have friends that come over and use your rig, beautiful, and they're all different sizes, excellent. You can recline, obviously, so you can recline back, so you can adjust it as much as you like, but also easy to use. So if you have kids, very easy for them to get in, adjust themselves, get them set up, and they can use it. With the fixed back, can't do that. If you're too big, you don't fit, you don't race. Unfortunate. They're probably like, they generally use softer foam and they're a bit more comfortable, I guess. More for comfortable. They're built for humans, not professional athletes. So, yeah, they're softer, they're more comfortable. You can sit in them for long periods of time. Usually you don't get uncomfortable. My track racer seat was, I guess, a leatherish or a PU leather, and I used to sweat in that thing. While it was airy, I used to sweat because of the material. So I'd stay away from PU leather ones if you can, just for the sweat factor. But yeah, Other thing, easy to get in and out of, which is probably the main benefit. Yeah, especially if you've got an 80/20 rig and you're limited for space and you've got triple screens, it can be easier, a lot easier to get into one of those. So maybe a comfortable, adjustable reclining seat could be for you. Who knows? The cons, flex factor. This is a big one. The reclining, the back seat, they have a bit of play in them. So if you're pushing back, you're hard on the brakes, you will feel some flexibility in some of the seats if they're not super solid. You will feel your braking point moving as you're pushing pressure down. It's not the brake pedal moving, it is your seat moving. And that is not very, that allows you to not be very consistent. Depends on the seat. Some are a bit better than others. You might feel the backrest creak over time and move, especially if you have like 100 kilo or higher brake pedal pressure. I've got 200 kilos, so you do feel the pressure a little bit. And I did in my other seat. I felt a little bit of flex, but it wasn't too bad. But if you get a good, solid, adjustable reclining seat, you want to test it first if you can. But yeah, that is one con. Probably the other one is moving parts. Because you've got that adjustable back, more moving parts give you more points of failure, I guess. Now, this would happen over a long period of time. Most seats are pretty good. It's more heavy use, especially. They can get a bit of wobble in them over time. But you can get comfortable, adjustable reclining seats, which is good. It's good for everyone. So the last option number 3, and this is the option that I went with when I started sim racing, and that was the second-hand real car seat. This is the pro gamer move, my friends, is going to the local scrapyard and pulling a seat out of a real car. It's cheap, it's authentic, and to be honest, it's surprisingly pretty effective. The pros of a seat like this is, man, they are built for marathons, absolute marathons. It's a real car seat. It's designed for 8-hour-long road trips. Ergonomics are light years ahead of cheap gaming chairs, and yeah, they're quite good. The price is definitely another pro. I think I got mine for 80 Australian dollars from local wrecker, but you can honestly find like a cheap leather seat. Probably wouldn't go leather, but you can find a cheap seat from a crashed Audi or a Volkswagen or anything really with a comfortable seat from 50 to 100 USD, depending on where you are. So yeah, you can find some really good seats that are really comfortable. And also, the other pro is if you're pretty handy with tech savvy, you can wire up the original seat, heaters, power adjustments to a 12-volt power supply or whatever, and you can use all those functions, which would be pretty awesome. The other pros are longevity of those seats. They stand up to a lot of abuse, pretty much. The foam is thick, very comfortable. They're honestly a bit bigger, and yeah, if you get one with good support, it can be a really, really good seat. You may also get lumbar support and stuff like that, which would be pretty cool. The cons of the old second-hand car seat is the ick factor. You're buying a seat that someone else has lived in. So yeah, I'd probably go for a very, very, very deep steam clean, depending on how good a condition the car was. At least give it a vacuum. Yeah. One of the biggest issues, and I had this kind of issue, is mounting the seat itself. Now, car seats sometimes these days don't have flat bottoms on the rails, so you're probably going to have to grind off some rivets, drill some new holes, even build a custom bracket potentially. Have a look underneath the seat before you pull it out as how it actually mounts to the car. I had to grind off the base of the brackets off my seat and drill new holes because it just didn't fit. It was not going to fit the way it was. unfortunate. But once I did get all that done, and you're grinding metal, like heavy, like pretty thick, heavy duty metal, because it's safety, yeah, it can take a bit of work. But once you do get the seat on there, really comfortable, you can just jump straight in. You don't have to worry about getting over the sides of a fixed back. And you can just jump in, drive away, be comfortable, get yourself a steering wheel out of a real car if you can do that. And yeah, get the full center console rig and just feel like an OEM racer. The only other downfall of the real car seat is that these things are heavy. The weight of these are heavy. So if you've got a mobile rig on wheels, a real car seat might make it a little bit of a pain to move. They are big, they are bulky too. But yeah, outside of that, so quick summary, fixed back bucket seats, best for, let's say, hardcore sim racers, I guess. If you find the right one and you get the right amount of comfort, yeah, you can use it just as a casual racer. The main drawback is they're probably difficult to adjust, put it that way. The recliner, general gamers, best for general gamers and comfort. Definitely. Main drawback, potential flex. Used car seat, best for the budget, the DIY guys. The main drawback, hard to mount. So what is the verdict, guys? I'd say that if you're sort of chasing every 1/10 of a second, you're going hard, and you've got a really stiff rig, I would go for the fixed back seat. If you have a rig for everything, racing, flight sims, you got a family, they want to use it, I would go for the recliner. And if you want bang for buck and you don't mind a little DIY, hit the junkyard for sure. But whatever you pick is totally up to you. Get the right seat for you. There's no right or wrong. Just make sure it keeps you in the race. Make sure you don't have any issues and get that thing sorted. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments, what are you guys sitting on right now? And are you looking for a new seat? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you out on the track. Peace.